So I had a fabulous time at the Goblin Ball. Do you want to have a go at this Fae makeup? Hang on just a sec. Okay, so first step is to moisturize. If you're like me and have super dry skin, the face paint is going to completely wreck all of that lovely soft skin you have. So make sure that it is fully moisturized before you try anything else. Next, you want to start with your base makeup. I'm applying a light foundation because I am the most pale human and I can't open the bottle because I'm an idiot. But never mind. Once you've got your foundation on, you can do some contouring if you like. However, I didn't because my face is going to be mostly covered in face paint. Make sure you get that really even coverage. You don't want anything to be, not blended in properly. Because your face paint is going to be sitting on top of this. And if you're like me and again have dry skin, just put a little bit of extra moisturizer on those dry areas because the next part is just going to dry your face out. Next, you want to apply your face paint. I am using some water-based Nazaroo. You can use oil-activated or alcohol-activated face paints if that's what you want. I'm just going with some basic water. And I'm going to dab that all over my face and get into all of the nooks and crannies. It doesn't matter if it looks a bit weak or thin at the moment. We're just going to make sure we get as much coverage as possible. And then I'm going to go in with this black and I'm just going to get that up into my hairline to show where the dark blue of night blends into the black. Again, that doesn't have to have a very thick coverage at the moment. The important thing is to make sure you've got the ratio of blue to black pretty much solid. Next, I'm going to dry my face out. Now, I'm going to stress this to you. I have got this hairdryer on cold setting. If your hairdryer does not have a cold setting, absolutely do not do this. The aim of this is to dry your face out and to dry your face paint. You must not use this on a hot setting. And next I'm going to go back in with that blue and that black. I'm just trying to make sure that I've got a really good thick coverage now. And now I'm blending the blue and the black in with each other to make sure that it's got a nice, decent fade. And so you can't see any of my skin underneath. And I'm going to dry it again with that hairdryer. Do not put this on a warm setting. I do mean that. If you put it on a warm setting while you're drying your face, you're going to find yourself possibly burning your skin and causing some serious damage. If your hairdryer does not have a cold setting, then wait for it to dry naturally on its own. Once that's done and it's a bit dried out, you take a dry, clean tissue and you're going to start smearing it down your cheeks. This gives it a bit of a more blended look into your cheeks. You can use this technique for Viking makeup or warrior makeup. The idea is to make it look like it's been smeared onto your face a little bit more naturally rather than put on with a sponge. And now I'm going back in, I'm just getting those last few creases just to make sure that there's nothing too pale left behind. Now I'm going in with a bit of eyeshadow. This is just a cheap eyeshadow I got from Primark, but the colours are really, really nice and I like it a lot. It may seem a bit odd to go in with some eyeshadow on top of face paint, but I like to do it just to add a little bit more distinction to my eyes. And I like to have characters who wear makeup in general, so it just gives it that little bit of, realism, if that's what you're going for when you make a fae. I'm putting a bit of mascara as well because I have nice pretty blue eyes and I like to emphasise them. You don't have to if you don't want to. Now I'm coming in with my sparkly white face paint. This is water-based as well. And this is why you need to have the blue face paint dry, because if you don't, you're going to get blue face paint into your white face paint and then you'll be sad. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that in with a flat brush and I'm just going to start drawing some crosses onto my cheeks. You don't need to get into too much detail. You don't have to worry too much about them looking a bit odd. The important thing is just to make sure that they are decently spaced out, and that you're rinsing your brush in between painting them on your face because you really don't want to get that blue paint into your white. It will make you so upset later when you're using your white for something else. Once you're happy with the size of the crosses, you're going to go in on the other cheek and you're just going to draw a simple curve to represent that crescent moon that sits oh so wonderfully upon my other cheek. It doesn't have to be perfect right now. The most important thing is to just get it in the right place for you. If you don't get it in the right place, you can always just paint over it with a little bit more blue. But at the moment, you want to just get that white crescent moon right in where you're supposed to. Again, don't worry if it's a bit misshapen like mine is. because at the end of the day, we're going to have plenty of time to add to that and correct it. You just want to make sure you've got it in the right place. And then you're going to go in and make sure you've got those other crosses on your face, just so you can see where everything is and try and emulate that beautiful night sky that is coming through on your skin. And while you're waiting for that to dry, you can do your hair if you like. I tried to do some nice rope braids. This went incredibly poorly, and I don't even know why I tried, because my hair is long and in a mess. And once you've gotten through that faff, you can carry on with your makeup. Now that it's all a bit drier, I'm going back in with the white. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start filling in the corners of those crosses, just to give it a little bit more of a shape. Again, if you're doing this really sort of poorly and you're a bit heavy-handed like me, don't worry about it, because we can go over it with more white, more blue, just to get those shapes that we want. The key is you want it to kind of look like a star is twinkling, so make sure that they curve down from one line to the other, a bit like you would if you were drawing a spider web, and go back in over that crescent moon as well and add more white. Layers are always the best way to get lighter colours to look better on top of darker colours, but it is really important that you let it dry out in between, otherwise you are going to wreck your beautiful light colour paints. And you just want to get in there and put in a little bit of white dots in the middle, just to show that part where the star is twinkling. And now you've really started to go out a face that starts to look a bit like the night sky. I have gone in with a little bit of lipstick. I chose a purple for this one, just to make everything look a little bit more defined. You can choose whatever colour you like, dark red, blacks, blues, whatever suits you the best. I just felt that this one was going to look right for me. And once you've got your lipstick on, I always recommend investing in a lip cover, just to help your lipstick last a bit longer, because LARPs are intense and take forever. And let's face it, makeup is really easy to rub off, especially in long evenings. So if you haven't got anything like lip coat or a gloss to go over the top, then I would recommend you do so. This is the final look. I've had a little bit of body glitter to my face and chest just to look like a starlit night, and I'm ready for the ball. If you've not seen my video about the Goblin Ball and all the wonderful fun that I had, then go check it out now.